What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be a UI challenge guys. In this video, let's go ahead and do the screen on the left side. This is a fancy screen, right? This looks fancy, and this is a screen of an application that probably sells pastries, cakes and other food items. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this screen. Now if you apply the 1369 rule to this particular screen, this will become 1. This entire stuff along with the tab bar and the stuff, these will become 2, and the recommended list item will become 3. And if you break it down into 6, this 1, 2 and 3, and this will become 4. This individual card will become 5, and this entire thing will become 6. Now you can break it down into 9 as well by picking out these details and also including these details as well. But upon looking at this screen initially, what comes to our mind is stacks, right? There seems to be a lot of stacks used. I mean, if you are about to write the screen using Flutter, obviously you would need to use a lot of stacks, since a large amount of components seem to be stacked on one top of another. On top of one another, sorry, on top of one another, right? So yeah, rather than me talking about it, let's get started guys. This video is probably going to be a long video since there are a lot of stuff on the screen. So yeah, grab a coffee or snacks or something, and then start coding along with me in this particular video. Let's get started. We'll first go ahead and do this top part. This top part consists of a container that has some deep red shading at the bottom and some lighter shade of red at the top, and a couple of lines of text, an entire search bar, and that search bar contains a hint text, and some rounded edges as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. In my application, I have an assets directory inside which I have a font and a single image, and I have included all those stuff in my pubspec.yaml file as well. Okay, now let me get back into main.dat, and here inside the body I'll do list view children. It will be a stack obviously, and this will have children container height would be some 250. I am doing this container first, this deeper red shade of container. That's the one I'm doing now. The rounded edge should be just on one side, right? So border radius, no, decoration box decoration, border radius, dot circular, sorry, border radius dot only bottom right, yeah, bottom right, radius dot circular, some 75 units, and we'll close this. Now this should be given a color. I already picked that color using the color picker tool, so I'll be making use of that color here as well. Fine, save this. Let's see how this looks on our screen before proceeding. Okay, all right, let's see how this looks on our screen. Fine, this looks exactly like we need it, right? Now let's go ahead and do this box containing the lighter shade of red. That will be exactly the same process. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video recording here, and then fine, now we have this this box as well, right? This box as well. As you can see here, it looks wonderful on the screen as well. Now that we have these two, let's go ahead and bring in the text. Okay, the text is nothing but a line of text that I'll be using inside a padding. So fine, now I have this text, good afternoon and choose your favorite, and I have given some padding to it so that it looks inside a stack it should be in such a way that the text lines are one below the other, right? That's why the padding here varies 35 and 75. If you look at the screen now, it looks exactly like we have here, right? Good afternoon, choose your favorite. Now the next thing is this nice looking search box. Let's go ahead and code it. So after this padding, I'll open up another padding, and here what I'll do is I'll give padding edge insets dot only top some 160, and left would be some 15, and right would be some 15, and child would be container child would be no, I'll give a decoration. I'm doing this one, guys, this the white color container here, right? That's exactly what I'm doing. Container decoration box decoration colors dot white, and border radius dot only. Since we need to round off only this thing, right? So we need to use border radius dot only. Bottom right, I think it's bottom right. Radius dot circular some 25 or something. Okay, and where else it's rounded here as well, here and here, right? Here it's just sharp. So I'll go ahead and do bottom right and bottom left radius dot circular 5.0, and top left radius dot circular again 5.0. Fine. So now these two will be rounded as well. The next thing we need to do is we will need to get out of this box decoration, and child would be a text field, and inside this text field we'll give a decoration. This would be an input decoration, and inside that I'll give a border input border dot none, and what else? We need to give a padding for this, since this text is padded, right? Top and bottom there is some padding. So content padding, edge insets dot only, top some 14.2, and hint text, search for, what was that? Search for your favorite. Fine. And after this, hint style would be, I'll just copy and paste. Yeah, now as you can see here, we have a nice looking search bar that looks really awesome, and it looks almost exactly like we have on our design spec as well, right? Notice this rounded edges as well, and here we are able to replicate that exact style as well. So yeah, now that we have finished this top part, let's go ahead and move to this part, the second part, the tabs part. Okay, so yeah, part 1 is over. Part 2, this is what we'll be doing now. After this, we'll go ahead and we'll get out of the stack. We are still inside the list view, we are just out of the stack. So I'll go ahead and have a tab controller here. Before that, I need to create the tab controller, right? State, here it is, with single ticker provider state mixin. Fine. And tab controller equals, I'll do that inside init state, tab controller equals tab controller vsync this length 4. Fine, this is it. So now we have 4 tabs. We can have 4 tabs. Let's go ahead and do the tab bar. We'll get out of the stack. We are still inside the list view. Tab bar, controller, tab controller, and indicator color. I already have the color here. I already discussed a lot about tab bars in my previous UA challenges. Anyway, let's just do this. Indicator size, tab bar indicator size dot label, and indicator weight. We'll just give some 4.0 or something. Okay, and is scrollable. We need to give true, otherwise the tabs will tend to wrap among themselves if it's too long. And label color, I already have the color for that. And unselected label color, we'll use the same color since the spec also does the same, right? Now what we need to do is just we have 4 text tabs, so I'll pause the video recording here and then add those tabs. Alright, now you can see that we have a nice looking tab bar as well, and we can simply navigate between these tabs and it's scrollable, as you can see here. Fine, now we have this exact thing in the design spec here, right? Let's go ahead and do these cards. For that, what I'll do is I'll create another file. Sorry, I'll do food list dot. Fine, and inside this what I'll do is food list dot. Units, left some 10 units, right some 10 units. Fine, and child would be container, height would be some 100 units, decoration would be box decoration, color would be colors dot white, border radius would be border radius dot circular 7.2, and box shadow would be this will be an array, and box shadow, there are 3 attributes for this, I think, color and style or something. Color would be some colors dot gray, I'll give gray dot with opacity, some 0.2, and spread radius or something is there, blur radius, I think, blur radius some 3.2, and spread radius some 3.2. Fine. Now we have a nice looking container, this container. Let's save this, see how this looks on the device. Okay, we can't see it that much, right? That's probably because we haven't, wait, here there is a background color for the scaffold, right? I didn't use that. Wait, get back to main dot dart, and then in the scaffold there will be scaffold background property, background color or something, yeah, background color, and I have the color here. Fine, now we have that background color, and if you notice, you could wait, let me finish this so that you guys can we need a image of the food, right? First we need the image of the food, so what I'll do is, after this box decoration, I'll have child column This column will be cross-axis alignment dot start. This is to wait, you will see that cross-axis alignment dot start, and children would be widget stack. Children would be some padding, edge insets dot only left 15.2 right, 15.2 top, some 10.2, fine. And child would be an image dot asset image path. I can give some image properties here, right? Fit box fit dot cover, height some 100 units, and width would be some another 100 units. And let's save this, see how this looks on the device. Fine. Now you can see a nice card with an image in the center, right? And not in the center, in the top, right? So now let's go ahead and do this name as well. This name, price, and this calorie count. So for that, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a position widget. After this padding, wait, let me, oh sorry guys, we need to add this label for certain images as well, right? So that's the whole reason why we were using a stack here. So let's go ahead and do that label and then get back to that text. So after this padding, I'll have a positioned widget, positioned top 92 and left would be some 60 units, and child I need to check has milk container. Here I'll just have a container with the text with milk. Okay, there is nothing fancy in this. I'm just going to be rounding off the edges of that container and then adding a text right in the center. That's it, nothing fancy in that. So I'll just skip the video here, and then now I have added a container, and that container contains the text with milk. That's it. Since it's false now, you won't be able to, first I send it as false, right? So you won't be able to see it on the image. That's because in the design spec as well we had no with milk label here. Only here we have that label. Let's go ahead and do these two, and then add some more cards so that you can see a nice looking list view. So after the stack, I'll get out of this stack and then add a container with some text. There's nothing fancy in this. I'll maybe pause the video here and then add that text. Fine. If I save this, you'll be able to see that particular, see, you can see that, right? What was that? Strawberry cream waffles, the text here. And we have a price as well as a calorie count. Let's go ahead and do that as well. So once again, I'll pause the video recording. That's just going to be a couple of lines of text, guys. That's the only reason I'm just pausing the video recording and then getting some. Now that we have done that, we have added the price as you can see here, and inside here we have added a small icon that will be representing this small icon here, and a calorie count as you can see here. We have added that as well. These are just lines of text. That's the reason why I just skipped those part. Let's save this, see how this looks on the device. Cool, it looks really awesome, right? Yeah, it looks really awesome. Now we'll go ahead and add a couple more cards, so, and we can see how those look as well on the device. Wow, it looks really good, right? We have those nice looking cards as you can see here, and we have that with milk label as well in the middle card and the last card as well, and we have the prices, the calorie count, and everything is perfect, right? So yeah, our second part is done as well. We have a nice looking tab bar that scrolls, and we have this nice looking scroll list of cards that scroll as well. Now let's get into the third part. The third part is going to be a little more confusing, since once again we need to be using a set of stacks to create this nice looking effect. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pause the video here and then take a quick break and then resume video recording. What we need is this recommend line of text. So what I'll do is I'll first add that. It looks really awesome, right? Now the next thing we need to do is we need to create this list item. That list item is nothing but a small card, and there is a section of card behind that, and there's a section of card over that one as well. That there is 3 cards here. The topmost one is this white one, the second one, the middle one is this one that contains this information, and there is a bottommost card that doesn't have anything but just lies below these 2. So we need to create a set of 3 containers in a stack to represent these, right? So what I'll do is since that's going to be a list item, I'll return that from a function, so that it will be easier to call that function multiple times rather than writing it each and every time. So what I'll do is I'll have a list item. Okay, inside this is where I'm going to be building that function. As usual, assets stake.png and chocolate lemon cupcake, and that's all I remember. The sour and sweetness of the lemon neutralizes the sweetness of the cream. Sour and sweetness of the lemon neutralizes the sweetness of the cream, right? Yeah, sweetness of the cream. And there were some statistics as well. I'll include the price as a string, / $10 or 18.0, and 134 was the like count, 2412 I think, yeah, 2412, 2 to 3, 2412 was the calorie count, and 2 to 3 was the serving count. Fine. Now we'll be writing a function to, you understand what I'm trying to do here, right? This card, this thing, this single list item I'm going to be creating, guys. So I'm just making use of a function to return that entire list item, so that I can call that function multiple times. List item, it will accept all these arguments: string image, path, string food name, string description, string price, int likes, int cal count, what was the last one? String serving. Okay, this is not the important part. The important part is how to place the stacks so that we can get this nice effect. I mean, how to stack those widgets so that we can get that nice effect. Let's see how to do that patiently. You would obviously need a lot of patience when it comes to writing UI based off a design, based off an image particularly. So what I'll do is I'll go here and then have a padding, return padding, and padding edge insets dot only left 15.2 top 15.2. Fine. And child would be stack. This is the stack inside which we are going to be stacking 3 containers. The first topmost container will have a row which will have all these colorful details. The second container will have another row at the bottom that will have all these statistics. The third container won't have anything. Fine. So first we need a big sized container which will hold all these 3 containers, right? So for that, what I'll do is I'll have a children widget. Fine. I just gave the color so that you guys can actually see it on the screen rather than trying to visualize it on the inside your heads. So how are we going to be placing our 3 containers inside this particular container? That's the interesting part, right? So positioned left some 15 units, since this has a small offset. As you can see here, the topmost card and the bottommost card has a very small offset. So positioned, I am just placing it at 15 units, and top I'll just give some 30 units. Fine. And that will be a container, child container height would be some 125 units, and color would be colors dot yellow. Let's see that, so that you guys can see what I am doing exactly. Okay, this won't be visible unless you have a child for this particular container as well. So what I'll be doing is I'll have a text, maybe container child. Now as you can see here, you have a nice looking yellow color container that starts exactly where you want it to start, and there's a small offset from the third container. So I'm having a small offset here, and it protrudes out from the bottom as well, which I have here as well, right? So now what we will be doing is, if you give a width, I think you can say it in a better way. Wait, width media query dot of context dot size dot width minus, we need to give this 15, since we are positioning the widget 15 units to the left. Okay, now you can see that the widget is placed on the bottommost widget. This widget is placed. Okay, now we need to place this particular widget, and on top of that we need to place this particular widget. Let's go ahead and do this middle one. So the middle one will be following an exactly same steps. The only difference would be I'll be using a different color maybe. So after this positioned widget, I'll add another positioned widget. Left would be some 95 units. Top would be some 64 units. You understand what I'm doing here, right? This is very much offset from this, and it's also offset from this to the left. That's why I gave a huge value. And this has some small offset. This has a larger offset. That's why I gave a top value as large one as well, right? Now I'll have a container here. I'll give it a different color so that you guys can see. Colors dot red. See, now you understand the difference, right? Now this is the only thing that's pending. This and this is done. So all we need is a white color container on the top. For that we don't need to be using any sort of position. All we need is a container. Fine. Now I have that container, and it has a color white. This of color white, right? Save this. See how this looks. See, as you can see here, this is exactly what we want, right? All I need to do is remove that blue. See, exactly what we need here. A small section here which is represented by yellow, a larger section here which is represented by red, and the top card which is represented by white. So this is exactly how you visualize and try to recreate that design inside your Flutter applications, guys, from an image or a design spec given to you by the project designer, right? So it requires a lot of patience. So kindly be patient and then keep trying. You will get it at the end. Now all we need to do is change the colors and add some content inside this. Let's do that. Let's change the colors and give it some flair. So first I'll start with the bottommost one. All I need to do is I need to add some rounding of, it has some rounded edges, right? If I remember correctly, it has a rounded edge and some shadow as well. So I need to do that. Fine, that is done. Now we need to do this second one, this one, right? So in order to do that, this has some shadow and the same color, but it has a line of data as well. So let me go here and then first remove this colors dot red and add the same decoration that I added there along with the shadow and everything. Fine. Now we need a row of statistics there, right? So after this box decoration, I'll add a child for this container. Child, we can use the align widget to place that row exactly at the bottom. Alignment dot bottom right, and child padding edge insets dot only bottom 10.2 left 10.2. Fine. And child row children. Now this is going to be just like what we did here, remember, right? This row, we had an icon and some data after that, right? This is exactly what we are going to be doing here. So what I'll do is I'll pause the recording here and then fine. Now we have three icons: icons.favorite, icons.account box, and icons.play circle outline, and some text after that, serving calorie count and the likes count. We'll save this, see how this looks on our mobile device. Great, it looks really great, right? We have these two ready now. Wait. We have this bottom part ready now. All we need is this part. This is just nothing but a row with an image on one side and a column on another side. The column will contain three text widgets. All three will be representing these three lines of text. That's it. There's nothing fancy in this, so let me just go ahead and add this and then resume recording from there. Fine. Now you can see that we have added this. That's it. We have added a row, and that row contains the image first and a column. Inside that column we have this text, and we have a couple the description, and we have this price as well, right? If we save this, you can see that it looks really awesome on the mobile device. See, it looks really awesome on the mobile device, right? The name of the dish and the description and a small price. Let's add a couple more items to this list so that it looks really good. As you can see here, now we have another list item here as well, and we have exactly and it looks exactly like we have on our design spec as well, right? Cool. This entire screen is now ready. We have this search bar and these stuff accompanying that search bar, and we have this nice looking tab bar that we can scroll and all that, and we have this nice looking list of food cards as well. If anyone knows where someone could get this type of images, that is food on white plates from a top view, such kind of images, if anyone knows, kindly let me know, guys. I am just stuck with I'm searching for a PNG image for this type of image, and then I'm usually stuck with one or two images and I'm repeatedly using that, whereas in all the designs I can see excellent images like this. So if anyone knows where to get such images, kindly let me know in the comments. Anyway, yeah, we have this nice looking food cards, and then we have this recommend list where we have a nice looking list item that shows the name of the particular food item and the price and the small description. Along with that, it also shows this is strawberry cupcakes, right? Fine. As you can see here, now we have the strawberry cupcake as well, right? Exactly like it's given here. The only thing is I couldn't get different images for these, but other than that, the statistics, the serving and everything works fine, right? And we have this exact design. In our next video, we'll probably do, if you want me to do the screen, kindly let me know in the comment section as well, and I'll try to do the screen as well, right? So yeah guys, we have been doing minimal designs, clean designs for some time now, and people were asking me for fancy designs as well. So that's the reason why I picked this design today. This looks fancy enough, and it's an awesome design, thanks to the designer Kihu. Thanks to him, we have this nice looking screen ready. So yeah, you could do this with Flutter yourself. You could do similar screens with Flutter yourself. Hope this video helped you. If you found this helpful, kindly share it with someone and help them too. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, guys. Kindly hit the thumbs up button, kindly subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon so that you receive notifications each and every time I upload a new video. And yeah, subscribe, it's free, right? And hit the thumbs up button. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.